Hey guys, this is IntroducingEmy, and I'm going to do something kind of different today. I'm actually going to do one of Seamus's thumbnails, or SSoHPKC's thumbnails, live. It's not really live, but like I'm going to be recording the audio and everything as I go. And if this just goes terribly wrong, you'll never hear this, and I'll just do it like a normal video, I guess. So this is actually going to be a thumbnail for the game The Last of Us, and it's coming out on Friday, I think. So that's what we're doing. So there's actually two logos. There's one that appears on the game packaging that is horizontal, and then there's this one which is more vertical. And I haven't actually decided which one I wanted to use. I think I want to use this one though, because this is the one that I see everywhere. However, I am going to temporarily flip it. Let's get rid of this. I'm going to turn the number off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go double click on my layer, and I'm going to, in Photoshop, hopefully you can see this, make it really big on your screen. Under blending options default, you have these, it says blend if gray. I don't really know what to call this little section here, but you have these two sliders. One controls this layer, the layer we're on, which is our logo, and the other controls the underline layer, which is everything else. We just want this layer, so we're going to use this slider, and, oh, wrong way, I always do that. This is a way to kind of clean, to kind of get rid of information, like the white. See how I'm pulling away from the white? This gets rid of all the white information, but leaves us all this black stuff. However, this is just an effect, which means if I turn this off, it's still fine. It's still like the normal image underneath, you know, like it still has the white all around it, and so yeah, the image is still okay. I'm actually going to, if you hold down Alt, you can split this and kind of soften how much of it takes. It just makes things look a little nicer. And normally the way you would get this effect is by hitting multiply, but that lets too much information bleed through. So what I'm thinking on doing for the composition of this is having the logo over here, and then this is my number thing. So I generally don't try to put anything here. I forget the exact size of it, but this is where the timestamp appears on the, like on the YouTube homepage, like when you're looking at your subscription list and you see like all the videos and it tells you like how long it is in the corner. I try not to really put anything here. I did for one title card one time, and Seamus was like, ah, and he had to move it around and stuff, and I felt like a jerk ever since. So I try not to have anything go down there. Let's try to make the number a little bigger here. Now this thing has been really messing with me lately. I don't know what's been going on, but like some of my settings for my numbers are getting, or for my text I mean, are getting messed up, and it's kind of irritating me. I try to use a font that I'm pretty sure he has, which is Arial, which is like a default computer font. And we are going to turn this font black. And I kind of want to add an effect to this. I don't know though if he'll use it or not. Sometimes he uses the effects that I give him, and sometimes he doesn't, which I think is just for time's sake. He's just trying to, you know, get on with it, which is fine. I'm not, you know, but we gotta have some fun here. And we haven't even started on the actual art part, but this is setting us up for good stuff. So, okay, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put some, you know how like this logo's kind of all gritty and broken up? We're gonna do that over here. We're gonna lock our layer so that nothing extends beyond the white, and this is just underneath my, what's the word I'm looking for? This is just underneath my number layer. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add some noise. I'm gonna just turn off the numbers for now. And then I'm going to go to my leveler, and I'm just going to make it really heavy. Like really stark, I guess is a good way to put that. And then I just inverted that. Don't worry, there is a method to my madness here. So I'm going to go completely white on that. And then, oh, and the reason I do it black on white as opposed to white on black is sometimes I've noticed a little bit of information loss, and also it's a little easier on my eyes to do it like, you know, like when you read a book, it's a little easier to read black on white than white on black. Not for everybody, but for me, and I'm all that matters. So we're gonna do multiply, and then we're gonna go back to our number layer, and I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but I'm going to attempt. Yeah, this isn't gonna work, is it? I'm trying. I want to see if I can get this to work, so let's do... Don't know if I can do it. Oh, there we go. So that's interesting. When I hit multiply, it goes away. I'm just curious if there's any... Maybe that will work. See, what I need it to be able to do is that I only want Seamus to have to adjust the number. See, like he could put in like 1 billion or whatever, and the effect still stays. So all I want it to be able to do, or all I want him to be able to do, is just to edit the number to whatever he wants, and then he doesn't have to worry about this effect layer underneath. So yeah, I'm actually going to erase a little bit of this because it's kind of heavy, don't you think? Don't you think? So we're just going to get rid of a little bit of this. By the way, if you haven't checked out any of the gameplay footage for this game, go look at it. It looks amazing. I'm really excited about it. It's a zombie survival game, and when I first heard about it, I was like, meh, you know, like there has been so many survival horror games coming out lately, and it sucks because I really like survival horror, but I don't know, some of them I kind of feel like the zombie trope is a little overdone right now, but this one has sounded really cool, so I'm excited about it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to lay out our hot areas, which are the areas of the image where we can't have much information overlapping. So the number is a hot area, and this is a hot area. Okay, it's about that size. That's where the timestamp is. Okay. Okay. Sorry, keep saying okay. So let's just paint bucket these in. Doesn't have to be perfect, this is just a guide, and we are going to overlay. Actually, we're going to multiply that and turn it down a little bit. So for all the game art I've seen, sorry, I'm just getting my layers ready. For all the game art I've seen, it's kind of like the main character, whose name I'm totally blanking on right now, and he's always like looking, like he always has his back sort of to the camera, like he's... So this is going to be Seamus. Okay. So he's always kind of like in this pose, like, hey, you a zombie over there? So I guess Seamus is going to be in that pose. And he's got a backpack. And there's like a gas mask or something hanging off. I'm just kind of roughing this out. Oh. Still my other brush. Part of the reason I'm doing this, like, speaking, is because I am, like, super, super tired. I'm getting my schedule turned around right now. I have a bad habit of, if you let me get onto a night schedule, like where I'm up at night, I'm gonna be up at night forever. It's like my body just prefers it or something. I don't know. So I thought, well, I'll freaking, I'll just do the commentary for this video while I draw, and hopefully that'll keep me awake. So let's put some eyes in there, and he's like gonna be all frowny like goddamn zombies. And then we're gonna move him. Let's do it like this. Okay, so one of the things I was mentioning though about the gameplay is also, Dad, if you're watching this, it's only coming out on the PS3. So sorry, Dad. My dad's a big Xbox guy. And sometimes when I mention games, he's like, "Oh, what's that coming out on?" And I'm like, "Not Xbox. I'm sorry." But anyway. Oops. Maybe I'll get rid of this arm. It kind of looks like a big dick. Or something. I don't know. It doesn't look right. I'll think about it. But the gameplay is so cool looking for this game. Like, it has like this kind of dynamic stealth feature. Like, it has like the typical over the corner or around the corner sort of like peeking sort of thing, but it seems like the whatchamacallit, the NPCs, the AI in the game also uses and abuses the stealth in the game, so it has this really cool sort of thing going on, and I'm really excited. Sorry if my I swear I speak intelligently. It's just when I draw I'm a little like, and then the guy does the stuff and the thing happens and yet da-da-da-da. So I guess Seamus is the last of us. We are doomed. So I think what I'm going to also be doing is there's so many great shots of the city. So I think I'm going to do a nice landscape in the background. But I think I'm going to do it angled one way or the other, like this way, or yeah, I think I'm going to go that way. I'll obviously I'm just like kind of like blocking in how I want this all to look. There's all these great like overgrown city environments, which I think are more at like the start of the game. I've seen some screenshots that look like the two main characters end up in a field eventually. So I'm thinking that there's going to be some other environments. I really hate in games when like the same environment is used over and over. Oh, real quick, I'm just bringing this over here so I have a little bit more of like a working version of the sketch. Where's my pencil brush? There it is. Okay, so yeah, I don't like it when like the same sort of environment is used over and over, and the only game I can think of where I'm like, okay, you're allowed, is Fallout, because Fallout's amazing. It's like basically my favorite game ever. I love it to bits and pieces. Though I will say, my dad's played through, I don't think he's done New Vegas yet, but he's the one who got me hooked on this series. He's been playing them since I was a little kid, but I was talking to my dad about it, and we both agreed that it was kind of like, it's sort of taxing running around in that universe for a long time. It's so drab, you know what I mean? It's such a downer. After a while, you're just like, ugh. Okay, so now we're gonna draw Shamus. Just try not to warp his head too much. I'm glad to see Seamus back to playing games. Not that I was like... Well, I mean, he was playing games. He was taking a break from uploading them and stuff. Partially I'm happy because I'm getting paid again. No, but like, if any of you follow him, you know like how much he uploads and stuff. And once he stops for a little bit, you're like, oh, you know, like, because he dominates the subscription field, and when he's not around, you're like, damn, what am I gonna do in my afternoon now? I might actually have to entertain myself. God forbid. Okay. So I'm probably going to do cheaty inking on this one as well, just to save some time. And yeah, I know it looks really bad right now, so just hold on. Back out for a little bit. And what I mean by cheaty inking is I use a few filters to kind of find the good lines, and then I just sort of clean it up a little bit from there. Oh man, I am hearing a really strange sound. Huh, I wonder if that was a train going by. Maybe it was end times. Yay! End times. So, maybe for a bonus, I'll try to sneak Mr. Miyagi in there as the girl from the game. I think her name is Ellie? God, that doesn't seem right though. I think her name's like Ellie or Esther or something like that. It starts with an E. I should know this. E's my favorite letter ever. Huh, there is like a really strange noise outside that I'm listening to right now. It sounds like a television, like kind of on the emergency broadcast station or something. Oh, it's a bandsaw. There's, somebody just bought one of the condos nearby, and, they're cleaning it up to rent it out, I believe. Oh, one of the other things about the game that I thought was really cool was there's sort of this like dynamic crafting Have I used the word dynamic a lot this video? I feel like I have. There's sort of like a dynamic crafting engine where you can't pause the game while you craft and build objects for your survival. So you have to pick like opportune times to do stuff. Like you can't just be like, well, I'm just gonna pause the game and repair every weapon in my arsenal. Okay. And then... oh god, he looks like shit. I might go and reference one of his other heads that I've drawn. Man, I sometimes worry about my Let's Play addiction. Last night I had a dream that I was helping DSP Gaming and John Rambo find a house in Pennsylvania where I grew up as a kid. And all the houses I showed them were like these bizarre, horrible little houses that had like all kinds of like structural problems and stuff. And I remember like DSP was like, these are terrible. Like, I'm gonna die here. And John Rambo was like, no, we can make it work. It'll be fine. And I was like, yeah, make it work. I don't know why I wanted them to live in Pennsylvania. I live in California. They should come out here. I don't think I have any Let's Players near me. I know I have, I think I have the Game Grump guys. I think JonTron and Aaron, aka Ego Raptor, are not too far from me, although I don't know exactly where they are. I wonder if there's like a Let's Player convention. It'd be cool to get like some of my art signed by some of the guys. Alright, so I have this problem where like I always draw backpacks like really slung up tightly. And to be honest, nobody wears their backpacks like that. Except me. So let's try that. I'm actually gonna put a flashlight, like one of those pocket flashlights, like taped over here. I know the girl has one. At least I've seen it in like the development screenshots. I don't know if she still has it in the game, but it's like one of those typical zombie things. Everybody's got those survival flashlights, so we're gonna do that. Go look at one of my other heads for Seamus. What's a good head? That sounds really bad. Let's see. Smite, Riptide, Deadly Prim. I'm kind of like trying to remember what these look like. Detroit Craft, Army of Two, Lego, SimCity, Walking Dead. Let's look at Deadly Premonition. I don't think you look too bad there. No. Not that one. What is this one? Oh, God of War. Tomb Raider. Let's do Tomb Raider. Yeah. I'm not happy today. I'm not liking anything I'm drawing. Or that I have drawn. War Z. That's like one of my favorite title cards that I've done. We'll use War Z. Another zombie survival game where you have a backpack. And Spoon. He's a pony. Wow, my computer is really humming. I'm kind of scared. I think it's like stressing out that I opened this other file. Okay, we're gonna do the hair. Actually, I'm gonna curve his jaw a little more. Okay. Something still feels a little weird about this. I'm not sure what. Like, this eye kind of feels strange. I don't know. I don't even know if there's anything I could do to fix it. There we go. It's the best I can do. I don't know what's going on. Okay. So then I'm going to draw an outline over stuff I don't want. This is on new layer, by the way. Boop. Alrighty, and now we're going to just draw in hair. Okay, sorry. I was just making sure that this is how I want it. So one thing I want to do here is try to refine my landmarks, because I kind of did a sloppy job on them originally. So let's see. around the ear. I don't know why I've been drawing his nose so like curved. Like I've been giving him like a more Roman nose lately. I don't know why I've been doing that. Okay. Seamus nose complete. Multiply. One thing that might be throwing me off is, I don't know, his neck. I'm gonna go way out. Yeah, wow. Okay, there we go. So what we're gonna do is cheaty inking. So first we are going to adjust this so it's pretty much black and white. You can see there's some like sketchy stuff up there that I'm kind of trying to get rid of. And then with, get rid of this for now. Okay, so there's our title card. With black and white selected in your color picker, which you can't see over here, you're going to want to go to filter. Then depending on what version of Photoshop you're using, this can change, but you want to get into the filter gallery. Then let's do simple. That'll help clean up a lot of stuff. And then we're just going to go in with a brush. We're just going to clean up the inking. So if I had probably been a little neater on my sketching, I wouldn't have to do as much cleanup, but meh. I don't mind. I actually don't know what Seamus's eye color is. I was looking at his eyes just now and I was thinking, I wonder what color they are. I don't know if I've ever colored them, and if I have, it's usually probably been something like red or like whatever the game, like whatever went along with the game, you know. So I know he has lighter hair, but I'm still going to use some black in the line art, just because this is supposed to be like a grittier game. I almost said realistic, but I'm not doing realistic for his title cards just because of time constraints and everything. Don't worry, I'll fade it out so it doesn't look quite as heavy. Sorry, this is kind of boring. Also, I apologize if you can hear a train going by in the background. I live near train tracks. I always forget to tell people that we live near a train, so like whenever I have guests stay over for the night, they're like, what the hell's that? Because you can like feel the rumbling in the guest room / office. Like I'm sitting here right now and my screen is wobbling back and forth. It actually is not that bad. I don't mind living near train tracks. I know it probably would bother some people, but I find the sound of trains to be kind of like comforting and romantic, and I don't know. Even though they're just like silly freight trains that take probably like mattresses to mattress warehouses or something. Or whatever trains are used for these days. They're definitely not passenger trains that go by here. Okay, so now we're doing his shirt collar. By the way, when you see white go in, like right there where I was getting rid of some of that collar, that is not me erasing, that is me selecting white. Because right now this is a black and white layer. It's not like black lines floating over a white background. Also, does anybody know who's been doing Paragon Nova's thumbnails? Because they look really nice. Especially the one that was done for State of Decay. I love that one. I don't know if he like has multiple artists that he commissions out to, or if he just uses the same one every time, or... And it's always like nice to find other artists, you know, who are into Let's Drawers and stuff. Because let's face it, not to be crass or anything, but people who are into Let's Playing and drawing and that, or Let's Playing and gaming and that kind of stuff are into gaming and Let's Drawing and that kind of stuff. They're not really into drawing as much. Unless it has something to do with the game, like fan art. So, when you find other artists who dig on Let's Playing and the video game world, you're like, yay! Hugs! But I think most people just watch, like, PewDiePie and Tobias and stuff, which is fine. I guess I like, I don't know, like more thorough Let's Playing. I can't explain it. I don't know what my style of Let's Playing is. I guess I just like really mild but excessive gameplay. Like I like kind of completionist style gameplay where they try to go for all the achievements and stuff. maybe not all of them, but like quite a few. A few, maybe? A teensy tiny bit. I'm pretty much a completionist when I play games. If I can't do everything in the game and get it all done, then I probably won't play at all. And I'm not sure why, like where that came from, but I remember when I was younger, I couldn't defeat the final boss in Banjo-Kazooie. Like, spoilers! Gruntilda on top of the tower. And I used to get so fucking frustrated with that game. I would just be like, I'm done. 12-year-old Emmy's pissed. Well, no, how old would I have been when that game came out? It was a while ago when that game came out, though. I always felt like I was a decent video game player, but I always felt like I struggled on boss fights and stuff, which for a lot of people are the easiest part or their favorite part. And I don't know if I'm like terrible at pattern recognition, or if I kind of start to like lose focus in the middle of boss fights where I'm like, yeah, but I want to be collecting stuff. Speaking of games, I'm so excited. I pre-ordered, thank you GameStop, I pre-ordered Animal Crossing and it's still not here yet. Though hopefully it'll be here tonight. Have to admit, I was getting a teens frustrated. This hasn't been the best week ever and I really want to play a game. I've been thinking about putting Fallout back on my computer and doing a negative karma run. I started a bad karma run, but I don't know if I just was like kind of getting bored of Fallout for a while, and I took it off my computer though before I ever really got that far in the bad karma run. I'm trying to think like where I even left off. I think I had left Tenpenny Tower after a mission. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'll play tomorrow, and then like I never played again. So I have a Twitch TV account, but I haven't set it up, so don't bother. Don't bother. I know you're looking. You're already over there looking for it. There's nothing there. But if you're interested, it's IntroducingEmy, of course. But if I ever figure out my Twitch TV account, maybe I'll play a Bad Karma Bad Karma Fallout run on Twitch TV just for the heck of it. Why am I spending so much time on his watch? It does not matter. Also, I know this fist looks really bad, but you won't be able to see it really. What you don't see, don't do. It is a waste of your precious, precious time. It looks like he's pissed that he has a flashlight strapped to him. He's like, damn flashlight. You've outwitted me again. So we're going to put some trademark Seamus Grizzle on here. And we're going to rotate it so I can see it the way it's meant to be seen. Great. Cheaty inking is pretty much done. So we're going to take this back to our title card. We're going to paste it right back in. And then we're going to kind of position this a little better so he's a little more upright on the card. I think I'm also going to make it bigger so it's a little more focused on his upper body. The title cards are very, very small, or the thumbnails. Sorry, I'm trying not to use the word title card anymore because I was advised that people were looking for Seamus thumbnails but couldn't find them because I used the word title card. There we go. I think that'll be good. Okay, so we're going to actually save this as Teal Rough, just in case I need it, and then we're going to close it. Okay. And then we are going to just select the part we need. There'll be a cut, delete the rest. Okay. So I'm going to put the sketch down here. I'm going to block that. Sorry, I'm kind of talking to myself. And then let me find a good... Okay, so now what I'm going to do... the city. Whisper, whisper, whisper. I'm going to turn it. Okay. So here we go. We're going to throw down our city. Sorry, I'm just looking at my palette, trying to think how I want to do this. Whoops. Whoops. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just trying to, well, one thing I'm doing is I'm looking at my references and I'm trying to figure out like what the city is supposed to look like. I think it's like flooded. So I'll have to put a reflection in, but we're not doing that right this second. What I want to do is make it look really ugly for a minute. Turn our saturation down. I'm going to turn off that. Okay, so now just for this occasion, I do have some brushes that are free to use that, where are they, Weasley? That have like a lot of city and architectural kind of crap in them that I can use for some like pseudo urban texture, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But I'm not really seeing any I like. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep kind of doing it my way first and then go from there. So I'm going to overlay this with a yellow. Also, I swear there is a method to my madness. Oops. So I'm like not doing the whole perspective lines thing, which is mostly just because of my own laziness and because Seamus covers a lot of it, so it's sort of an unnecessary, for me anyway. I know some people out there are probably like wigging out right now, like, no, you have to do all of it. So right now I'm just gonna go in here, put down some other colors to try to find something I like. I don't like that. Okay. Probably hear me tapping away. Ugh, why is that brush so heavy? Okay. So the other thing about this world is screaming children. No, the other thing about this world is that it's overgrown. So we are going to... Nope, we are not going to do that apparently. I had the wrong brush selected. We are going to... Here we go. Just put in some... You know what this reminds me of a little bit? This game and some of the screenshots reminds me of Tokyo Jungle. But with people. Tokyo Jungle is like, if you're not familiar with it, it's like an apocalypse-based game. It's like after humanity's end, except that you play as puppies and kittens and meow meows and all that good stuff. Actually, it's kind of up Kutra's alley. I'm sort of surprised he never played it. Though I think the gameplay is a little repetitive, maybe. I'm not sure about that, but... So maybe in actuality it wouldn't be up his alley. I was just thinking though, you know, a game with cats. How could he resist? Okie dokie. And then we're going to do... Okay, so the other thing I want to do is I want to make this, no, I want to make this reflective. Which, is that going to work? I think it will. Oh, it would help if like I freaking had the right... Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, that seemed too easy. Okay, and then we're gonna create clipping mask, overlay. I hope this has been semi-enjoyable. I hope this hasn't been like a total drag. let's do a motion blur to try to blur this out a little more. This is always a little challenging when you work at an angle, trying to find the Actually, what angle am I on? I should probably have written that down. 18. I'm at 18. Okay. So let's go to filter. Do this again, sorry. Filter, motion blur, 18. There we go. And then we're going to duplicate it, take the tone down. And then we are going to erase and erase and erase and erase. And we are going to put a really powerful pop of a glow over filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Okay, not that much blur. And then I am going to put a texture on this. I just don't know what. Something like this. Whoa, what happened? Oh, my computer's going nuts. It's going nuts. Somebody just messaged me. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going, yep, I knew that was going to happen. I'm going to inverse this. And this, it's gone. Okay. Okay. There we go. 1 second. I'm going to stop the recording for a minute and check this message, and then we'll come back and finish coloring Seamus. Okay, BRB. Oh my gosh, it was nothing. Nothing! Actually, it was my friend, but we'll talk later. Sorry, Pocky. We'll talk later. I'm busy. I feel like there should be like more noise, I guess, or something. I don't know. It's not noisy enough. Oh, whatever. One thing I want to do is I want the background to be more hazy or greenish, I guess. I think that looks good. I'm going to collapse it. Let's get rid of our hot areas. We don't need those anymore. Now we're going to color Seamus. So background, sketch. I'm just locking stuff. Okay, sorry I got a little quiet there. I was just concentrating. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. So coloring is pretty much the same thing every time. I don't experiment too much with it, especially on title cards, because like I've said before, we gotta get this stuff done, lest we has an angry Shalmos. So we're gonna make the backpack brown, flashlight brown. Brown is the color of choice for the zombie apocalypse. And then his hair is kind of like a dusty blonde color. I'm actually just going to make it something really funky for now. Actually, that's good. My shading is going to kind of destroy the original coloring of this quite a bit, so. He's actually not this blonde, I think, so let me just. Yeah, he's something like that. He's kind of like a dirty blonde color, I think. Now let's put the gray in. And then let's, what color is the main character's shirt? Does that matter? Ew. It's kind of like a navy green. think that's a navy green. There's too much brown in this game. There. Okay. So I'm also going to kind of put some darker areas like under his eyes, around his hair, a little bit under his nose, chin, his ear, his neck, arm. And then we're only going to allot this to the skin, so we're going to uncheck contiguous and delete it from everywhere but the skin. Now the shade. I'm going to, let me think here. I think I'm going to do, yeah, I think I'm going to do that for the darkest color, and then I'm going to do, oh my gosh, you can hear everybody working on everything out there right now. It's been a while since I've heard the, whatchamacallit, the gardeners come through. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry if you can hear all that. My dog is mumbling. She's like, oh, it's too much yard work. I'm so sorry. This is so unprofessional. This is the quietest room in the house, too. I usually go in here to sleep when it gets too noisy in like other rooms of the house. Gosh, I wonder what they're doing out there. Sounds horrible. It sounds like they're cutting down a tree or something. And then this brush is really blobbing up on me and I don't know why. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry for all the noise. This is kind of embarrassing. I don't know what to do. I don't want to stop recording because I want to keep working. irritated by the noise. This is the bad part about living in a condo complex when you have really anal HOA, homeowners association. They come through and do yard work constantly. And it's like, I think it's okay. I think the gardens and the flowers can stand to be left alone for a friggin' hour. There we go. I will be so happy when that noise stops. I'm sorry, it's kind of distracting me a little bit. Bear with me. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. Oops. Okay. And then I think what I'm going to do is some lighting adjustments. And then I'll be done. Because, wow, I cannot stand that noise anymore. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to lighten the lines a little bit on this side and on this side so that he pops a little more, but it's still trying to keep his central stuff, like his central lines and shadows and all that good stuff, as empty as possible, because right now he's kind of fading into the background a little bit. So I might actually have to do a gradient overlay on the background. What I do is in the navigator, which is over here, you can't see it though, I look down there because it looks really small, and that gives me an idea of what it will look like on YouTube on the subscription list. So we do not want these Shamus to get lost. First what I'm going to do is change this to, okay, we're going to go 100% scale. We're just going to make sure that the pop is behind him. And we're going to go multiply. Actually, we're going to try an overlay. I don't know, I kind of like that though. I have used overlay, like it is going out of style on this. That's nice. Though this number, this poor number. I'm thinking I shouldn't have any effects on the number. I will put an outline around it though. Also, this building information right here is kind of starting to bug me. Like this grid pattern. Let me do filter gallery. And then some of the branch kind of got caught in there, so let me just erase this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this color. God, that doesn't work. I was trying to kind of fade that away. That's okay. It's not terrible. I'm kind of nitpicky though. Sorry, I'm just putting some adjustment layers on for adjusting. Some of my clouds are getting lost. There we go. I think that'll be good. I hope he likes it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm done. I think it looks nice. I guess I could still do some more to it. I could put like a little more of a sparkle on the flashlight. Or something like that, you know, you could keep messing with this for a while. It's not like the greatest thing in the world, but I think it's doable, and I think it'll look nice on the tubes. Let me layer, flatten image, image size 1280. This is what it's gonna look like. So yeah, I think it'll look good. Yep, that's what it looks like up close. All messy. Alrighty, so that's it. Keep a lookout around, I think Friday or Saturday is when the videos are going to start coming out for The Last of Us for SSoHPKC, aka Seamus. But if you want to find them on YouTube, it's SSoHPKC. So, yep, I hope that was fun. Took a while. I hope you could stand my voice for all that time, and I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye!